I clean the heck out of my cards, guys. So, is that it, Spirit Guides? Spirit, is that the last card? It is. I'm not picking up on anything else. It got real quiet. So, let's start off with this energy that I love, especially because you are an alchemist of your own life. The High Priestess, the Witch card. The High Priestess is card number 2 in tarot. It is about following your intuition. And isn't it interesting that I have been talking to you all a lot about listening to your intuition? The High Priestess is also a lot about our subconscious mind. So think about when you dream and you're like, wow, I didn't even realize I was thinking about that, etc. Because that's our subconscious mind. Those are all the thoughts in the back of our head that we think that we're not thinking, so to speak. But we're always thinking. There's always a million things going on in our mind. I want you to understand that I feel some of you beginning to really trust your decisions more. And that makes me really proud of you. Some of you are in relationships that I'm side-eyeing. I hear the number 3. Is this referring to the number 3 as in that's the number they need to look for? Is this 3 people? 3 people. This is 3 people in particular that I'm speaking to where I want you to be careful. This person that you're with is not, I get a really negative feeling about them. Okay. Okay. One of them is definitely a man. So I see somebody who is very deceitful towards you. Okay. And unfortunately that is for 3 of you. That where I'm seeing this. Yes, there's a woman also that she has, I'm trying to describe her hair. I'm trying to see it. It is long and straightish hair. I don't know if it's extensions, etc., or if this is natural hair. I can't really see, but I can also see a woman that is very deceitful. But it's straightish hair. It looks, from what I'm seeing, to be brown, not jet black, not curly, not blonde. Yeah. So be careful. These 3 in particular that I'm referring to, that relationship. And I want you to listen to your intuition there. You knew all along that something was off about that. Okay. The High Priestess is about listening to ourselves. It is about the moon, which is interesting with the next card that came out. And unfortunately, the next card does kind of play into that. And I'm going to get to it in a second, but I'm going to talk to the second group of people that I'm referring to. For the second group of people who are beginning to really trust yourself, I want you to trust that with this big purchase that you want to make, that it is most certainly the right decision. I see some of you trading in your car. That is a good decision for you. You're kind of in a different part of your life and you're about to go into a different part of your life where you're needing a different type of vehicle. So trust that you are most certainly making the right decision there, and always go with your gut. If you get this bad feeling or you get a feeling that maybe I need to go a different dealership, maybe I need to go a different route, maybe I don't need to make this big purchase yet, then go with that feeling because you are correct. Okay. And that big purchase can be anything, but I definitely see for some of you, it's about trading in your car. And I see somebody getting some keys. Is this a house or an apartment? Both. I hear both. I see one of you is facing the beach. Wow. That's amazing. I love your view. Wow. I wish that's what I need to manifest, a beachfront view. I don't know if this is an Airbnb or a permanent home. I can't tell that, but I do see some of you are getting keys though. And I see you holding the keys and feeling comfortable in that decision. So most certainly there are 7 of you that are getting a new house and a new apartment, and you're going to really enjoy it living there. Okay. And for the house buyers, I actually see you selling that house. Not because there's anything wrong, but because you're going to move on to bigger and better. Okay. So trust that intuition. Learn to listen to that intuition. To be honest with you, the reason why I am great at reading is because I listen to myself. I listen to those spirit guides loud and clear. any one of you could be clairaudient. Clairaudient is when you can hear spirit guides and when you're really tuned in with them. And so whenever you start to get those messages like 444, 333, etc., I want you to either immediately write down what that means to you or pay attention to the feelings that you're getting whenever you see those types of messages, certain tarot cards, certain symbols, for instance, feathers. Whenever you get those symbols, etc., what do you feel in that moment? Because that is how you're learning to listen to your intuition. That is also how you're learning to connect with your spirit guides. Okay. And so we're going to move into the next card. This is card number 18 in the tarot. If I didn't say already, the High Priestess is card number 2. It is the Moon card. And it's no coincidence that it would come right out after the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is also about the moon. Okay. So with that being said, pay attention a lot to the moon in this phase. When I say to you that I'm connected with my spirit guides, you can see it in how I do readings, because you hear me shuffling and pulling these 2 cards. This whole episode has been about new moon energy. So it's by no coincidence that these 2 cards that are about the moon came out. This is a strong message for you to connect with the moon. Okay. Because this is something that we can see. We can physically see the moon going through all of these different phases. Learn to connect with that. Learn to understand that if you're a Cancer, especially if you're a Cancer sun, moon, or rising. Okay. So if you are a Cancer sun, moon, or rising, this message is most certainly for you. If you're a Pisces or Scorpio, especially, you are water signs, you are intuitive by nature. But also, another sign that is known for being intuitive, and we feel that intuition in our body, Virgo. You want to know why Virgos are known for having stomach issues? Is because we have that gut feeling. Quite literally. We tap into that feeling in our body. And so Virgo, especially Virgo sun and Virgo moon, I'm talking to you too. So that doesn't mean all the other zodiac signs, I'm not talking to you. This just means that these signs in particular, pay attention to this message. All right. The moon can be about illusion, can be about following your intuition, just like the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the witch in the zodiac, but in the tarot. So the reason why the High Priestess resonates with me is, of course, I'm a witch, but also because listening to your intuition is so important for manifesting. It is so important for making those decisions that you're comfortable with, not the decisions that other people want you to be comfortable with. Okay. And I'm hearing that I want some of you who are a little more advanced in your spiritual practices to go get some spell oils. If you're not familiar with spell oils, there's spell oils for everything you can think of. And I'm hearing that some of you can either make them yourself, but for instance, if all you have is olive oil, you can use that. But you're going to need that for protection purposes. Okay. So that is my message to some of you. But the moon card is about mystery. And so for those of you who I said you need to look out for that person that you're with, the moon card, sometimes when it comes to relationships, is not something you want to see in a reading, because that means that that person is not being honest with you. That person is not really giving you the truth. All right. And I can already tell you that that person, for 2 of the 3 that I was talking to, is a Pisces. So, and they have Pisces in their top 3, meaning their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. Ask them what one of those are if you're not sure. If they don't know their birth chart, then, I tried to help. So with that, new moons, this reading is pretty straightforward. It's straight to the point. Listen to yourself. Make those right decisions based on what you want out of your life. Okay. What do you want for you? Not what other people want for you. Okay. And pay attention to these numbers, 2, 1, 8. Okay. Because those are the numbers that came out in this reading for you. Listen to it. Listen to that intuition. Your spirit guides really, really are talking to you all of the time. And that includes Source, who is God. Don't ever let somebody tell you that you can't connect with the Spirit of God. Of course you can. You were made in God's image. Okay. And if that sounds real Christian to you, it wasn't meant to. Because Those of us who are spiritual beings understand that. You can call God whatever you want. The divine source. I typically call God source. But new moons, I'm going to leave your reading right there. I want you to pay attention to these symbols this week. A giant green tree. Blue cargo shorts. When you see that symbol, know that you're making the right decision. Okay. Also, are there any other symbols, Spirit, before I close this reading out? A large purse. Somebody's going to have a large purse. This is a really large purse. What does this purse look like? A large tote bag. If you're a man and you're like, what is a large tote bag? Ask a woman what this looks like or look this up. It is reddish. Yes, in color. So look for that. These are symbols that you're making the right decision when you see these. Okay. Also look for the number 414. Okay. So that is your reading this week, new moons. Regalo new moons for aligning with the frequency of the Lua Nova podcast. If you want to send in a question to the show, if you want to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on my website. My website link is Lua, that's Lua dash Nova, that's NOVA CARRD.co. That website link is always in the show notes. Also, if you follow me on TikTok, it's right there in my profile. Okay. I will talk to you next week. Please have a safe rest of your week. Let me know anytime I do collective tarot readings. Absolutely love to know how it turned out for you. Okay. So definitely hit me up about that. That is so much fun for me to hear that. I'll talk to you next week. Okay. Have a good week. Ciao.